Well, let's say 9. Well, we have some good news about the Star Trek Tomy model, Enterprise model. It was announced about a month ago. There was a 33 plus inch 1/350th scale die-cast model with lights and sounds of the original Enterprise that Tomy was crowdfunding. They had a goal of 5,000 units and $3 million to make the ship. Now, they did speak to the manufacturers and they lowered the number to 2,500. Last thing I saw, it was only about sitting at about 1,000 something. I thought, oh, are they going to get to the goal? I wasn't sure. I sort of thought, well, damn. I was a bit disappointed. I didn't do a video about it because I didn't want to focus on anything negative as far as original Star Trek merchandise. But apparently they lowered the goal again to 2,000 and they got to it, although it's indicated they've only got to 1,800, but because they have a separate thing for multiple purchases, multiple units, and people have bought a bunch of them, so that must have brought the whole number up to 2,000. So apparently they've reached the 2,000. They're going ahead with it. It is happening. So I'm very happy about that. Now, I was thinking about getting it because it is beautiful and it's sturdy. It's die-cast metal. It's not going to break or crack if you bump into it like some of the models and toys. But it's also very heavy. And the other thing that threw me was the edge of the saucer. You can see the seam where the top of the saucer is a separate part from the bottom of the saucer, just like the model. And I'm like, really? They couldn't fix that seam. That was what threw me. I kept looking at that, and every time I looked at it, I could see the seam. And I'm like, when I build my model, which is behind me somewhere, is it over there? Oh, yeah, you can see it. Oh, it's always in the shot. I thought I had to move. I will fix the seam. There will be no seam. So that was my only real issue with it. That and the weight. Now, one of the good things about it is the saucer does separate. Although the way it separates and the way it's separated in Star Trek Continues, I don't like. In the original sort of, well, it was written into the original Star Trek that it would separate, but we never saw it. And when we saw it in comics, the saucer would literally just come off the neck section. But in Continues, much like the sketches of the Enterprise from the motion picture, it came off just a bit under, just a bit into the neck, so you'd have part of the neck still on the bottom of the saucer, which always looked wrong to me and seemed like an aerodynamic issue as far as going into the atmosphere. It's supposed to be a saucer to go through with the least resistance, and having that little piece on there just looked odd, and they've done it like that, so I don't like that as well. I'm just going to have it, take the saucer off if I want to. I'm not going to properly attach it, I don't think. So yeah, I kind of decided not to get it, and also the weight, because it's $599 US, which is $864 Australian, and then we have to pay for postage, and it's very heavy, so it's going to cost a lot of money. It's a couple of $100, probably more to post it. So it's about $1,000 for an Australian. So I'm like, $1,000 for a die-cast model of a ship that I'm not happy with the finishing of it. Or I can just buy a lighting pack and make my model, which is the exact same scale and size, which is probably based from the same molds. So I decided not to get it, but I was just assuming it would happen, and I was just like assuming it would happen. I'm like, well, that's going to be awesome. And then when they were nowhere near the original goal, because it was 5,000, they had 1,000 something, and I was like, oh, that's not going to happen. And they lowered it to 2,500. I'm like, well, they've got 10 days left, they might do it. And now to hear that they did get to 2,000 units spread over the single purchases and the multiple purchases. And it is going ahead, so it's good news. I'm very happy. I'm happy whenever a Star Trek model, original Enterprise gets made, because there's a lot of them, going back from the original kit in the 60s through to the later kits, the cutaway kits, the Eagle Moss kits. They also did, not Eagle Moss, Polar Lights and the Eagle Moss ships. They also did, a few years ago, they did one in this scale that was finished by, there's a company that does finished painted models, lit models. They did the Enterprise from the JJ films, they did the Enterprise from Strange New Worlds or Discovery Season 2, and they did an original Enterprise, and there was a few thousand. There was another one as well that was done a long, long time ago before the Polar Lights model, and the Polar Lights model was probably based on that, and they were all around 33 inches. So it's been done a couple of times, and those were thousands of dollars. And this one's only like, for Americans, like 600. So I'd be pretty annoyed if I paid thousands of dollars for the model, and then they went and did another one for like $500 that's in die-cast metal. But it depends on if you like die-cast metal. I don't feel like it's the details is fine with the die-cast metal casting, and the other issue, of course, is the weight. So yeah, but I'm still talking after 5 minutes. This was just supposed to be a video being happy about the fact that they're going into production, that they got the minimum number they needed, and I look forward to seeing one, even if I don't own one. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Thanks, and bye.